Yo, yo, talk to me. Talk to me.
I'm curious, are those glasses because you guys are on top of the leaderboard or what?
Uh, excuse me. I just wanna clarify. Um, how was your week so far, sir?
Week was great,
Mm, mm, mm,
spectacular, exquisite, full of positivity. Can't complain.
mm.
Cannot complain. How was yours? Nice shades, by the way.
You want to grab yours real quick?
Mine?
Yeah,
I could.
you
I
should,
could.
bro. We want to, have you feeling left out.
I could, but I mean, listen, you know why my shades came on last time, right? Because that was when I've surmounted a huge deficit, right? So it was in celebration of that. So the next time the shades do come on the podcast, you can bet your goddamn hard-earned money that it'd be for something big in regards of a Chelsea accomplishment. So
Mm. Is Chelsea gonna accomplish something this year?
I was gonna say a Chelsea accomplishment. You may not have to wait till 2027 or something for that one.
no, 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 no. I think Chelsea's good where we're at. It's, again, right? What you want to see is a squad that is improving, a manager that is able to settle in to the role, have good
Coach,
performance,
coach, not manager, coach.
have good performances, and other than that, right? Listen, I think if you ask Chelsea fans, are we going to wait 6 years, right, for our skyscraper to get built? The majority answer is going to be no. We already know that we're not right. We're not here on this earth 6 years. How many days is that? How many
I
days
think
is
the
that?
first hurdle that you have to pass is, I think, finally beating Arsenal Football Club before you talk about what else you're working towards. I think that's step one because Murdad, what's the record? If I'm not mistaken, it's
I don't
what
know.
10 games. 10 games,
10,
Arsenal.
11,
10 games,
12.
5 managers. I mean, bro,
5 managers in the span of what?
spell ownership for me.
Wait. In the
Like, you
span
know
of
what I mean?
in the
This is
span of
like
what?
a belt to
In
ass, fam. Ownership.
in in the span of what? How many years?
Well, it's
You tell
10
me, bro.
games. Let's
Huh?
let's do the
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
the quick maths. 10 games. That's 2 games a year. So how many managers do you think that is? It's 5 managers in 5 years.
Mm,
0 wins
mm,
against the Arsenal.
mm. And what the fuck have you guys won in those years? To even
Oh,
have
ho, ho,
the
ho.
cojones to
Ho,
even
ho,
come in with
ho.
shades and talk like you guys have
Ho, ho,
accomplished shit.
ho.
That's what I want to know at this point,
Ho,
right?
ho.
Kudos to you. Kudos to you
We
for
got him,
doing
Murdad. He's
for
rattled,
doing
bro.
all of that. Kudos to you. But at the end of the day, what accomplishments? Please highlight them for me.
I
Because
can I can tell you the big accomplishment is we got under your skin. Second big accomplishment is we don't buy our trophies. We work on them.
ah, there it is. There it is. That's the word, ladies and gentlemen. Buy. We don't buy our trophy here at
We
Arsenal.
don't.
We build. We put the cement first in the dirt, and then we allow the cement to harden. And then we take the pillars and we place them, and then we build our structures from the bottom up. And you
You're
know what,
absolutely
ladies and
right.
gentlemen? Potentially, only potentially, this whole process may only take 6 fucking years. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
Arsenal way.
that is the
six
Arsenal
years
way. In the
asking your
same amount of
fans.
time that you've had five
Mm,
managers, we've had one. And even prior to
mm,
that, you had like 15 or 20 managers. We had one.
6 years for potentially, who knows? Are they going to get all 4 trophies? Is it going to be just one? Is it going to be zero? I guess we'll get our first answer on March 22nd, won't we? Right?
You will. And that'll be the
Okay.
first trophy.
You
Ah,
guys, you guys playing in that one? Or did I miss something? Who's playing on March 22nd? Raise your hand if your
Cam.
club is playing in the final.
Okay, so
Oh,
you'll
not three
get your
hands,
answer.
just two. Oh, that's
You'll
awkward.
get your answer there. You're right. You'll get your answer then, and then after that, I guess we have to wait. Does the other one come? And then for the Premier League, who knows, right? At this point, because clearly with you guys, even at this stage in the season, it's not even a certainty. So I would hold off. I would hold off on the shades because
But hold on, wait. You got to wear your shades last pod when nothing was said and done, right? Nothing was won, and you got all giddy. So why can't we?
no, I celebrated my actual accomplishment of coming back from the leaderboard. That's what I put those shades on for. It was an actual
Uh,
feat. An
what is it,
actual feat.
Mardad? You said small
How many
club mentality.
how
Is that
many
what you
how,
called them last game?
how many
So
points was
you put
that?
on shades because you got on the top of the table in January and haven't won anything yet. Actually, like basically Enzo Fernandez winning last minute against West Ham. That's what you're putting your shades on for. That
After a
sounds to me like
deficit
small club mentality. Wait till you actually win something
after
tangible, right? That's
after
what
a
you say to
deficit of
Arsenal
what?
fans. Wait till you
After
win something tangible before you putting on shades, right? So this is
after
what we're doing to let you know, hey man, put your feet on the ground for a second and just settle yourself because you're putting on shades because you're first at the top of the league in February. That's not how things work. That sounds like small club mentality. I don't know.
but I
Maybe the
can
viewers can tell us.
listen, I can assure you by the way I'm stepping, right? If we just extrapolate my current trends, that victory for me is as assured as the fact that the sun is going to rise tomorrow morning. That's a guarantee, right?
Like
So
that, like
let's
how you guaranteed Enzo
let,
Maresca being manager of the year and Chelsea being Centurion, and we tried to help you with that and talk you out of it because we knew how outrageous your comments were, right?
ah, there it is. There it is. I was waiting for that actually.
And the
I
thing
was
is, the
I was
comments
I
that
was I was
CJ and
waiting
I
for
are
this.
making are in the present day. Because you always told us, oh, why are we going backwards? Why are we going back in the past and talking about this? Because what Chelsea fans always forget is they always talk about, 2006 to 2020. Let's go back a few more years before then and let's actually see who was more successful. But again, like you always say, you're like, oh, we're going to the ancient times. But again,
Do you
what
even have a solid grasp in memory of your club's achievement?
I do,
No, you don't.
yeah, I
No, you
do
don't.
because as a fan, I go back and I
No,
watch the greatness.
okay. Right. That's it right there, right? Just like the guys that have to go dig the time capsule down in their basement, take out the videotapes, blow off the dust, insert into the cassette player or whatever the VHS tape, and that's how they're reminded of their club's past feet. You see how ancient that is, right? The fact that you have to do all of that, right? Where I can literally tell you, like, oh shit, yeah, man, I was there doing that on that day, and yeah, that's when we won it. Yeah, you see that?
That's
Chelsea,
the
you still don't even know the last
It
time your club won the
it
Premier
is
League. I've asked you this like 6 pods ago,
it is
and
as
I've asked you on more
vivid.
than one occasion. You don't even know when the last time you guys won the Premier League.
It
What are you even talking
is
about?
as
Chelsea fans are as plastic
vivid.
as literally the fucking I don't know, bro. The shit that
It
sits on my car. You know what I mean?
it is as
When is the last time Chelsea won the Premier League?
vivid. It is as vivid as I'm seeing the two of you hiding behind your goddamn shades right now. That's as vivid as I can recall.
Right. So
So
when is
just
the last
remember
time
that.
Chelsea won the Premier League?
So just
I'll ask
remember
you for
that.
the fifth time.
So just remember that. All right,
See, Murda, like you know what I mean,
ladies and
Murda? Like
gentlemen.
this is what we're doing here, right? He can. How many times have I asked him this? You've heard me ask him this before, right, Murda?
Yep.
I can tell you the last time
There,
Chelsea won the Premier League.
there we go
He
again.
still has not been able to tell us the last time he won the Premier League. He's talking about what he was doing at the time when he was present. Shit, he probably doesn't even know that Chelsea won the league when they did the last time they did. Do you know
I
what I
will
mean?
say
Somebody
this.
had to tell him.
I will. It's cute though what you're doing
No,
because
no, but I'm
no,
asking
no,
you
no.
a question that you haven't been able to
It
answer for 5 weeks now.
it's
You don't
real.
even know when your club last
Funny.
won the Premier League. I can
Funny.
tell you when.
Funny thing is, you first asked me that question more than 5 weeks ago.
Okay,
Again,
and what was
we're
your
we're
answer?
we're doing this exercise again, right?
Oh my
We're because
gosh.
that's what you guys like to do. No, because we did this
But you
whole
don't
spiel.
answer questions. That's the problem. You don't.
No, no, no,
I've
no, no.
asked you this so many
I
times,
do. It's
and
I
I've given you
do.
time to
No, no,
research it,
no,
and you
no, no.
still don't have an answer.
It's the fact that I do, right? It's the fact that I do, and then you guys come on the next spot asking the same goddamn questions, right?
Well, but then answer
And
my
But
answer
but
this
hold
question.
on,
I can
Laurent,
answer
hold
any
on.
question you
Wait.
respectfully,
want.
Laurent, respectfully.
Listen. No one's on trial here, right? No
No,
one's on trial
I
here.
agree with you.
No one's judge, jury, and executioner here. All right.
I think so because you just asked Murdad if he
I'm
was
not.
around to see the last time
I'm
Arsenal had success, and he
and
told you yes, and you're telling him
and
no. So why are you telling him? Who are
and I
you to
was
tell him he wasn't around for that? You know what I mean?
and I'm
So
not
you're
compelled.
putting him on trial. I'm putting you on trial.
I'm not. No one's compelled here to answer especially when the fact is that those questions have been answered. You guys have done the same
What was
thing.
your answer?
You guys have done the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
Go listen to the pods. Go listen to the
No,
recording.
no, but I'm
That's all I'll
asking you
say.
now.
But
Don't
Laurent,
do that.
you saying
Because
that we asked the
You
same
say you don't know,
questions.
fam.
bro, do you
You
know how many
also say,
times I've come on this
hold on, wait.
podcast
Can
and
I-
you guys
can I-
have done this whole jersey this, jersey that, right? Right? You guys recall you guys doing that,
But
right?
right now, I'm asking you a simple
All
question.
right, perfect. So I just wanna make sure that you guys do this all the time.
Oh my
I've told
gosh.
you guys, I'm not playing this game anymore. I will not
You
play
say
this.
you don't
I
know.
will
You
not.
don't know. I will
I
tell
will
you.
not entertain. I will listen. I will not
Chelsea last
entertain
won,
you.
for your knowledge, Chelsea last
You
won the
don't got
Premier
it.
League
Listen. You don't
in
got to tell me.
2017. So you can
Wait,
run with that
what's
the next
that?
time I
What's
answer for
that?
you.
I didn't hear. What's that?
2017, when we were still in
What?
school.
Sorry, you're cutting up. What's that? What? I didn't catch that. All right, but
Let's
Okay.
anyways,
Before
hold on,
2017, do you know what it
what?
was? It was
Wait, what?
2015. You know
Sorry,
what I'm
what?
saying? How
Laurent.
many
Let's
Premier Leagues total have Chelsea won?
I didn't catch that. What?
I don't know. Maybe
Laurent,
the shower didn't get the
respectfully.
wax out of your ears. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Every time you try to
if you need another shower, just let us know. We'll
I
wait for
think
you.
I think you're cutting off every time you try to you try to spit out the facts. I think for whatever reason the connection is getting distorted.
Okay,
Yeah, fam, because deflection
hold on.
tactics, bro. You know how that
Hold
goes
on,
already.
Laurent. Respectfully, when you say that we come with the same exact things every single time, we play the game of where's your jersey, where's this, and CJ may ask the same question. But again, the only thing, the only thing that you have that you repeat over and over again as well is it's taken 6 years. This, it's 2004. You guys
Ending
haven't
six
done it.
years.
But listen. You just went on for probably like 20 minutes.
You're right. You're right. You're
Let
right.
me just explain myself.
You're
So
right.
when I get it, there's two of us. It may feel like we're ganging up on you, but the same is true for you as well. You say the same thing every time. And if we respond to provide some context to things, then you say, "Oh, you're just making excuses." But it's really not. It's factual things to see where the club was and where it's going. You don't want to hear that though. You're just like, "Oh, you guys are classless. You guys are this. You guys are that." And I shared with you on the on the group chat, right? It was 2 years ago when we beat Liverpool for the first time, and I think it was in like 9 or 10 games, and we celebrated. And the likes of Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher gave us shit. It's the same thing that David Moyes said last weekend. The joy from football has been taken away because, and I don't think you're doing this. I think you're just doing this because we're bantering you. But the joy of football in the sense that everyone is making fun of accomplishment. This is an accomplishment, whether it's Arsenal, City, Chelsea. It doesn't matter. It's an accomplishment to get to a final, to know that you have the first chance at silverware in this season. And I get it. You're upset. We're coming here with shades. We're throwing shade at you.
No
But
one's upset. Just to give you a heads
but
up.
Nah,
No
you're
one's
yeah,
upset.
upset,
but
man.
when
No
you
one's
He's
upset.
no,
upset.
but when we're talking about banter and you're saying that CJ says the same thing or I say the same thing,
No.
especially
It's not saying the same thing. It's asking the person the exact same. There's a difference
But
between.
Laurent, if you
Wait,
haven't answered the question, how?
hold on,
Why
hold on,
would I not ask
hold
the
let
on.
him.
question?
Hold
There's a
on. I want to
That
hear
doesn't
difference.
this.
make any sense to me.
I want to
What
hear
you're not
this.
realizing is there's a difference between asking someone the exact same question, right? Going through the exact same line of reasoning with a question than simply just stating a statement over and over. It's a completely different um, dynamic, right? Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you
No,
guys are able
I
to.
don't follow you, bro. I don't follow you. If I ask
Wait,
you a
hold on.
question and you haven't answered it, then
But I
what's
have.
wrong with me continuing to answer
That's
the
the
question?
that's the first part.
That's incorrect.
The first part that you guys are misconstruing here is the fact that I have not answered those questions. Proof of that are in the past recordings.
No, that's
Proof
incorrect.
of that, right? Proof like an incident to this is the fact that in previous recordings you guys have done exactly that with the whole jersey debacle. You guys have come on
Okay.
the pod. Wait,
The Jersey one is
wait,
correct. Yes, the Jersey one is the only thing that you said is correct so far.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, go back, go back to the pod, go
You can
back to
tell
the
me
pod,
what.
go back, listen to the pod, and you'll
Hmm.
find your answer to the question
So
that you
what?
keep that you're asking me. Whatever that question
You
is
don't even know the question.
that you're asking me, you'll find the answers to that. So I'm
Yeah.
not willing to walk down that same avenue with you guys again because I know how you
You
guys are.
just don't have the answer. We can move on from this part. I'm just letting
I
you know you
listen,
don't have
listen,
the
listen,
answer, and that's okay. I will
listen,
educate you for you for
listen,
on your own club. I will do that for you if you need.
listen. I do not. I do not.
Okay.
I am Sway. You are Kanye, bro. I do not got the answers, bro. I do not. All right.
Okay, I got you. I'll help you out. No
So
problem.
listen, bro. You can do do whatever it is that you think you got to do, but whatever that question is, I will not be answering.
Yeah, because you don't have the answer. It's fine.
Hey, again, I said I do not have it. I do
Yeah,
not
no, I
have it.
know. We know.
I
We
don't
all know.
I don't have it, bro. I don't have it. Like
Yes, we know.
in my pockets, no, I don't have it, bro. I
We
don't have
know.
it.
So
I don't
don't come
have
with
it.
the energy about asking him about the
I
last time he saw his club
do
win
not
when you don't
have
even know
it.
the last time your club won, because that is way in the
Listen,
past too. So let's
listen.
not do that.
I do not have it.
Because you guys are pushing on 10 years since you haven't
I
won any Premier League. So
I
don't try and come for us.
I do
You
not.
know what
I
I'm
do not.
saying? So
I do
let's
not.
not go there.
I don't have it.
I know you don't.
I don't have it, bro.
The,
We
and
know
I
you don't.
think
I
and I
don't have it.
think LeBron, I think
But
the reason why sometimes, at least when I look at it objectively, when I hear not you per se, but Chelsea fans in general come at Arsenal fans being like, "Oh, you guys haven't won anything in 6 years," and they're like, "Oh, you guys have spent $1 billion." I'm like, "Yeah, we spent $1 billion over 6 years," and this goes for any other club. Chelsea spent $2 billion in a span of 2 windows, 3 windows, and yes, sure, you guys won a Mickey Mouse trophy in the Conference League, and you guys won the FIFA Club World Cup where no other big teams were in there. But you guys also had a $2 billion
I
squad.
I love it. I love it. Keep putting these asterisks beside these right?
I put I
And now
put an
final
asterisk on Liverpool seasons as well. The first time
the
that they won in 30 years, the first Premier League that they won in 30 years was during COVID. The second one that they won, no other team aside from Arsenal was competing, and the reason why Arsenal didn't do it is because we
mm,
had all the injuries and we had no funds.
hmm And then add in, right, you want to take away all the Man City trophies that they won over the course of how many years, and we're going to just put asterisk 115, right? Yeah. Let's do that.
Well,
Let's just relinquish all titles that all these competitors have won and just devalue them
well,
for
the
what they
Man
are.
City one is completely different in anything else. That's so then you're telling me that if you're in an Olympic race and you know that someone is using human growth hormone to get an advantage, you're saying that they should be valued the same exact way as someone that's winning it
First of all,
naturally?
it, the example you use is not analogous to the case in hand. I will
How
say
is
that
it
much.
not? They boosted their revenues to be able to purchase more players to stack their roster with the best players in the world.
Again, it is not analogous to a scenario where you're dealing with a sports enhancement type of scenario where an athlete is drugged out, um, all kinds of biological factors affected to enhance their performance. No, I do not think it is the same.
City's team was enhanced because of the fraudulent nature of their finances.
Well, again, like I said, I mentioned this a few podcasts ago. That is simply life for you. You whatever you described there is that is just life. Those with the big bucks do what it takes to come out on top. And that's that. At the end of the day, that is that. So for the other fishes, you got to find a way to compete. You got to find a way to compete.
So then you would say that spending $2 billion in 3 or 4 windows, you're happy with the compete that Chelsea have had.
Wait, what? What? How do we go from that
Can
to
we?
that
No, no,
question?
just
I can answer
just
that question, but I'm trying to see the connection and logic from how we went from whatever we were just discussing about the um the steroid boost or the financials to Chelsea now. If I'm being happy with what Chelsea is offering, like
I'm just asking a question. That's where the conversation went. I don't know. organically what came through my mind. So I'm asking you a simple
Mm,
question. Like
all right.
Chelsea have spent $2 billion
Okay. I read the
and
rec, but I will answer. If I am happy with how Chelsea have competed up to this point, not necessarily no. Again, I have to preface with the whole debacle of the club, right? Given the previous owner that was forced to leave and where that left us, and I think that does explain the current Chelsea woes in present time, and that's what I will say on that.
so hold on. So in Chelsea's case, context is a lot to be said. But then in Arsenal's case, context is not a lot to be said.
I think in Chelsea, I think there's a certain proportionality that you have to wait when you use context. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, um,
Keep
why
it no,
did
no,
you?
but hold on.
No, no,
Keep it on this example because let me say how these two scenarios do actually are very similar, yet slightly different. Arsenal had the longest standing manager who essentially left, right?
what year was
And
that?
28, 2017, yeah, 2017, because Unai came in 2018, correct?
It was
Right?
actually 2018, 2017, 18,
Sorry,
because he left in
2017, 18.
2018.
So what was that guy's name again? I keep forgetting. The French guy, right?
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah. So he
Okay.
left 2018.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone sees what happened with United, right? When Sir Alex Ferguson left. We had 2 years of shambolic, just the club was in shambles, right? We got someone to come in to steady the ship. Yes, in 6 years we've only have an FA Cup to show for it. Okay? Sure, say that. But where our club is now versus where Chelsea is, losing an owner who spend money at free will, and now you have another owner doing the same exact thing. It's very similar because you're trying to say, oh, well, we lost Roman Abramovich, blah, 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 the stability.
Bro,
Arsenal had that same stability.
Roman Abramovich and the current owners are not the same. And I think, and here's because I think, and you're putting too much of an emphasis for one on cash, right? Again, cash is good, right? But cash not backed with some form of strategic input output does not generate these trophies the way you describe them to, right? Let's just let's just establish that first, right? Cash is good. You can hand cash to anybody.
Yeah,
Now
but you
watch how
just
they,
said, yeah, but it's
right?
a slippery slope what you're saying because of five
No,
minutes ago
what
when
I'm
I
saying,
said about what cash does, cash gives you the ability to buy the best players in the world and get them in your roster. So cash gives you that upper hand already.
yeah, no, I'm saying cash is good. Cash is good. It's a good start. Um, and again, right, to the Man City scenario, I like I told you, right, that is simply life. There's always going to be someone with bigger pockets that's going to be able to invest deeper, further than you, and that simply cannot be the reason why you. Oh well, look, he just had more money. Okay, that's life. Like, what do you want the guy to do? Not have the money? You see what I'm saying? And if now within the confines of a game type scenario where there are rules and regulations, if they're using the money right to leverage, whether it's even in politics, right? Money is used in a way to maneuver in certain ways that just wouldn't be allowed. It's part of the game. That is simply part of the game. And the fact that they're getting away with it just showed you that it is in fact part of the game. Right? If we're still talking here and they have not been sanctioned in the manner that you feel they deserve to, it's part of the game. They got away with it. So what? Deal with it. Right? And the other thing too is I said this last time. If you were in the position that City was in, you guys wouldn't be talking the way you guys are talking about the 115. right? Let's just get that added and clear. That if you guys were in City's shoes and you had 4 Premier League titles to your name or however much they won, bro, you guys would just slide that under the rug. The reason why you're talking about it is because you feel victimized by it. You don't feel like you've came out of it as a winner, right?
No, I think for me, it's not even about me coming out as a winner. I think for me is also we're looking at okay, you got other clubs like Everton, you got Wolves. Who else had point deduction? Everton, Wolves, Leicester had a point deduction as well, right? And I was it Leicester? Yeah, Leicester, Everton, Wolves, and someone else had a point. And Forest, they also had a point deduction. And to me, when I name those clubs, they're not a big club. And I'm using air quotation for people listening. So I think there's a different treatment. And to what you're saying, would I be talking the same way? Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't maybe go to the same extent, but 100%. I'd be like, if we're found guilty, okay, then we don't like whatever asterisk gets put next to it. You have to be fair. Competition's meant to be. You're supposed to compete. Yes, I understand what you're saying about the money. Yeah, we've spent $1 billion over 6 years, right? But Chelsea has spent $2 billion, and respectfully, you guys keep getting it wrong. You guys keep getting it wrong. The dumbest thing that Chelsea has ever done is get rid of Enzo Maresca. That's the dumbest thing that you guys have ever done. Yes, you're gonna be like, oh well, Liam's done this, blah 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 blah. Bro, it's a small sample size. When everything's said and done, you're gonna fucking regret getting rid of Enzo Maresca.
100%.
You're gonna
Well,
regret getting rid of Enzo Maresca. Trust me. Liam
I
will
can tell
not make it to the end of next year. I promise you. I promise you. And I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is.
I can tell you right now that that claim that you just made, I don't think you have enough substantial evidence to even back the claim that you just made. Um,
I do because it's
which
all it's because it's the
which is
eye
what?
test. It's the eye
Which is
test.
I again substantial evidence, please.
Enzo Maresca took a Leicester team that had only Jamie Vardy, and they ran through the championship, which arguably is better than Ligue 1. Liam Rosenior, the only reason why he got that role is because it's part of the Todd Bowley
Hmm.
group of teams. And if you don't believe me, go listen to the overlap. Go listen to Stick to Football. That's the
Can I
only reason why he got it.
can I counter that claim
Sure,
or the
absolutely.
logic you just used, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I mean, essentially what you're saying is that given the fact that one manager has more credibility, I think that's what it comes down to, right? Credibility in terms of performances,
But isn't
right?
that why managers get put in their roles?
Sure, that's you can argue that that's why anyone gets put in any role in life.
Correct. Correct.
However, right, everyone is judged by the current performances
You're 100%
at
right.
at said point in time, right? Now, the reverse logic of that, right? If we now piggyback off of Liam Rosenior, are you then insinuating that someone without the credibility cannot perform? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that someone without credibility cannot perform, but
Okay.
I think the same conversation that I always joke about Arnie Slot should be sacked. He has credit in the bank. Enzo Maresca had credit in the bank. He won 2 trophies last year. Whether I like it or not, he won 2 trophies last year. Heart stop, period. He was not given the ample time. Yes, he made some comments, but also there was noise coming. There was noise coming from the board. And for someone that won the FIFA Club World Cup that they're wearing on their chest, and you say it's not a Mickey Mouse trophy, he won you the Conference League, and you're saying that's not a Mickey Mouse trophy, and you always say, oh, we won all the European Cups, then why is the conversation different with Arnie Slot? Why? Because he won the Premier League? I don't give a fuck. He won 1 trophy, he won two. If we're talking about merit, we're talking about tangible things, right? One went home with 1 trophy, the other one with two. Enzo Maresca, you are going to regret it. And Liam Rosenior, he has not done anything in his career to take the jump from Strasbourg, from Ligue 1 to Chelsea Football Club, to what you claim to be a big club.
And again, that's the other, I think, what would be the other error in logic. Yes, it is wiser, as some would say, right, to elevate a man in position who has shown that he can perform at the the closest position to the one he's appointed to, right? In order of ascendancy. However, life is just not structured that way. You see what I'm saying? There are certain times where life is chaotic enough that a man has to then place himself, right, into a position that, frankly, he has no business being in. But
Yeah,
that
but
same man,
you wouldn't be saying this if it was any other team. You're only saying that because it's Chelsea, man. I don't want.
no,
I
I'm saying that
respectfully.
because I'm saying that because it's
No.
life. No, because literally, legit, if you look at history, right, you're telling me that people in history, right, like I can name you politicians who have gone, bro, even like the when you watch the AFCON, right, the guy that was standing there for our country that was doing this, right, the guy that he was symbolizing, bro, that guy didn't go to university, my God. He did not go to university, and that was the guy that fought for our independence. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
No, but
that's veering away. That's veering away because,
no, but
like,
what I'm saying is that's legit life. Like, just imagine that a guy without credentials. That's exactly what I'm telling you. A guy with zero credentials has no business being in that position. Bro, imagine if someone tried to run for prime minister and you found out that the guy, didn't even finish high school or go to university. Everyone would be perplexed. Everyone would be absolutely perplexed. Like, how does that even happen? But what I'm saying is, when you look at history, that is something that can very much happen with certain people. That you can find yourself in a position where you are elevated, and now, right, the onus is on you to perform, and you can come out on top being like the truly someone unique in that aspect, right? So no, it's not only because of Chelsea. I'm saying this because it's something that has been shown to happen in life with people, right? And if Liam Rosenior has that capability to come out on top, then so be it. If not, he'll get axed, and that's it. And then
one,
we move.
yeah, let's, because we've already spent 30 minutes kind of going back and forth, and we haven't even broken down the game. The last thing that I will tell you, the reason why I don't believe in this coach, and I think you guys getting rid of Enzo Maresca is the dumbest thing that you would have done.
Because he has a
There,
bad first touch. Because he has a bad first touch, eh? That's why on the
uh,
sidelines. Because he has a bad first touch on the sidelines.
no, I was gonna give you actual merits.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm not going to talk about his Derby County interim because it was only 12 games, so it doesn't really count. 78 games for Hull City. His win percentage was 34.62%.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm,
Strasbourg, 63 games, 49.21%.
mm. By the way, that those percentages in managerial stats are actually on the good side, around the
34,
49. No,
30.
no, the 49
But hold
50%.
on. But whoa. 49. To your point, CJ, what is Laurent always called Ligue 1?
Oh, Farmers League.
Okay. Thank you. So when he was in a real league, it was 34%. When he was in the Farmers League, it was 49%. Just saying.
That's fair. And I mean, for now, he's doing quite good, and it's looking like that trajectory is it's going up. We'll deal with Wolves on the weekend, and that number is sure to stay up there, right? But cast your vote if you feel that Wolves is not a steady game for us. Make sure to cast your vote.
I'll cast my vote appropriately.
Okay.
Um, episode 80. This is a perfect. I'm gonna take these shades off because I think now it's time to get into it. Episode 80. So if you made it so far to the through this, the 32 minutes, 34 minutes, um,
Longest banter we've ever fucking had.
yeah, longest banter. So we do apologize, but I mean it's only fitting. We'll try to kind of go through the Arsenal Chelsea game quick, but I know we're gonna be talking about it a little bit longer. But stick around. We are gonna get to other games, I promise. Um, but as always, whenever these two teams play, given that we have a resident Chelsea fan, we do have to give him some banter for his nonsense. Um, Arsenal advance, simply put. Very, thank you, sir. Very unique approach by Liam Rosenior. I anticipated Chelsea to come out a little bit more. I'm being honest with you. I thought that you guys were going to trouble us a little bit more. Um, Defensively, I think Arsenal showed why we are the best defensive team in the world right now. Period. Um, yes, a few days passed, we gave up 3 goals to United, but we showed why we are the best defensive team in the world right now. Um, Kai Havertz, ex-Chelsea player, scored the last second goal. Yes, it did come at the run of play, but again, that's the risk. That's the risk when you leave it so late, right? And it's all madness. Um, Big thing for me that I think um, I'll give a little bit of praise to Liam Rosenior is we've seen this tactic, I believe, once before, and I think it was last year. I forgot what Premier League team it was. Is on the set piece routine. He had 3 players, 3 forwards run towards the half field line,
Mm.
and that caused a little bit of a headache. I do recall one other team doing that to us last year. I forget what team it was, but I
Was
know
it
it.
Brighton? I feel like it was Brighton.
I think I think
It might
I
have been
think you're
actually.
right. I think you're bang on because I think that's when Fabian Hertzler came when João Pedro was there. I think it might have been Brighton. So again, he that's a tactical thing that other clubs are going to look at, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Simply put, didn't work. Um, Big thing for me that I want to pose to you guys, and I'll just sit back and listen. Um, was the approach too little, too late for Chelsea? Could he have made those substitutions at halftime and given them a full 45 minutes rather than just 30 minutes? Because if I'm looking at it from an outsider, when I saw that coming in at 30 minutes, I'm like, these guys are going to take 15 minutes to get to the run of play and get their feet under them and get up to the pace of the game. And then it's only 15 minutes to, really tackle. So, Laurent, I'll start with you. From a Chelsea perspective, one, how did you think of the game? And two, do you think that Chelsea's tactics were a little too late?
Okay. So I'll say this. Now, obviously, I know. Well, you shared your points on it, and I know CJ stance on it as well. Given what he was hinting at in the group chat earlier during the week. But I will say that Liam Rosenior's tactical setup uh, was on one hand pretty impressive when you actually digest and you dive in deep into what it entailed and how it just steered the game, right? And the other things to factor in as well, right? Because I think this is something that not even because I've seen even the reactions from the Chelsea side.
Mm-hmm.
No one factored in the personnel that was even available at the time. Okay, Pedro Neto not fit. Reece James not fit. Cole Palmer, right? Rested. Obviously, he came on second half. Esteval, given the circumstances, okay, would not have been wise to have started him um, in from the get-go. Now, you anyone would make the argument, well, why be so defensive? Start with 4 in the back, right? Press up high, bring the game to them. Okay. I think if you say that, you're not factoring in what can happen on the other end of things, right? I think it's a unilateral view. You're not assessing all the risk parameters that come with that. with that setup, right? Yes, right. It could be a viable strategy, but I feel like you would need to have the correct personnel to be able to deploy that strategy in a successful manner, which I do not think was the case for Chelsea at the time, right, when the lineups were made. Now, what did the five at the back and the three in the midfield and the two allow us to do, right? And we weren't pressing as high, if you guys notice, right? There were times where we would kind of go higher than usual,
Mm-hmm.
but we allowed Arsenal, right, to even carry the ball. I think even Kepa, there was times where he's kind of coming out of his box, right? And I believe that what that was for it was we were forcing the distribution, the long pass, which is eventually something that if you realize, right, Kepa essentially was forced to do, or even the center backs, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
Martinelli was looking to then make that run, right? And I believe he got that run. I think must have been successful probably two times, right? There was one time where it actually caused a scare, but then Gusto was able to stop it and block the shot. But other than that, right, the sole purpose of that setup, given the personnel, was simply to one, control the flow of the game, okay, for as long as possible. Two, neutralize the crowd, right? Because the last thing you want playing away is for crowd engagement. All right. And if, for those who watch the game, I'm sure you noticed, right, that the crowd was not able to get engaged the way a home crowd should be able to because the plays just weren't there for them to, right? And you can sense that there was a certain tension with that. So now, right, it ends 0-0. And sorry, the other thing I would add, and again, I think it was due to personnel. The only wrong thing with the setup was the lap on the right wing. That to me was probably the only criticism I can give to that, right? Because you can tell that um, for one, he's a right-footed player, right? And if you're playing on the wing, right, you need to have a certain ability to be able to maneuver, right? And the lap just does not fit the physical
Mm-hmm.
profile, right? So it just was not the right fit. But again, look at the bench, look at the lineup, right? And I just mentioned to you, Esteval starting was just not an option. Neither was Cole Palmer. Pedro Neto would have been the perfect player to have in those positions, especially when um, you saw the lap on that wing isolated, right? Pedro Neto would have been perfect, right, to look to have a go at a defender, right? Use his pace to get in behind, but he was not fit, so you could not use him, right? And there was no one else on that bench that could have been used. Gittins not fit either. So forward second half, I believe he allowed about 10 minutes, and then he made those substitutions for those players
That
to come in.
60th minute.
Yeah, so all right, so 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, 15 minute, right? So then both Palmer and Esteval came on same time. To me, now that's where you can argue. Well, right, like you said, halftime, or maybe now 5, 10 minutes, right? But again, knowing those players, and this is where I think the whole plan just kind of, it didn't follow the script as the team probably had envisioned because the first thing you notice is Esteval was not able to get into the pace of things. The moment he came on, right, he didn't look as comfortable, and obviously, right, given I think he was dealing with personal issues at home, right, and sometimes, right, like you guys like to say, these players are human. You could have an off day where your mind is just not in the game, right? And we don't know to the extent of what happened, right, on his trip back to Brazil, how deep the family issues go. But it could have been something that did affect his game on that day because he did not look like he was willing to right to engage. And then even Palmer, right? We have noticed that with Palmer, it seems like the injury he hasn't fully recovered. Um, and again with him, right? I hate to say it, but he did not have the game that we expected him to have to be able to take us out of that situation. The standout player for us at Chelsea was João Pedro, because that guy in that first half and until the second half, his control on the ball was able to alleviate so much pressure, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think he must have lost the ball probably once or twice, right? And that ball was distributed to him how many times? And obviously, right, we get to the later stages of the game, and now, right, time is pressing down. We're looking to create something, and unfortunately, right, it doesn't go our way. We risk too much towards the end, and it backfires on us, right, at the very last second. At that point, right, anyone who has played any high level sports, any high level anything, right, you cannot fault that you have to take the risk at some point, right? And if you take the risk, you open yourself up to the dangers that come with it, and that's what that was. So for me, in terms of how he set us up, I think he maximized the chance, factoring in the risk that we were able to take to give us that chance to even come into the game, to come back into the game. Because remember, it was just one goal, right? On those odd corners that we had, all that took was just one. And suddenly now, right, you can then adapt to that and you force then Arsenal to come out and play. So I have no complaints. And again, right, you mentioned the corner situation. I thought that too. It was clever to see, right? Something different, right, ingenious, right? You're trying new things, which is for me. I'm surprised that more managers aren't even doing something like that, right? Because man, you
I
get paid
mean,
to do.
it's you're gonna get burnt. Sorry to cut you off. You're gonna get burnt because when you do that, you're giving more space to the likes of Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori.
But yes, you are right. By default, there is more space in the box. But and I think so. It does two things because you are right. That's exactly what it does. But at the same time, too, right? Um, it it alleviates a bit of congestion for the keeper, right? So there's a bit of that aspect. But now the key part in this is that you are trusting your defenders to be able to man mark their other defenders, right?
Correct. And if the
This,
if the ball is not whipped in properly, there's a very high likelihood that a counter would be on. So that's what they're banking on. But we do have to say that the deliveries have been quite good.
Yes, you are right. And but now what again, I'd be curious to see because I know you said that it wasn't successful, but I will have to come back with saying that, well, I mean, we did not concede from a corner.
No,
Um
I agree with you, and I think in this scenario, I think you should have saved that for the reverse fixture when you guys come. Like, I don't think he should have done it in a cup game. In a cup game, he should have just been as secure as possible. Yes, I understand we didn't score, but he should have just been as secure as possible and then just went for it. Um, but just, just again, I don't want these conversations to end because I know there's a lot to talk about. Just airing on um, the timepiece. I want to hear CJ's point of view
yeah,
for this game, um, and what your thoughts are on the performance overall.
Hmm. Yeah, interesting. Well, I will say this. First, okay, obviously first let's get the, pleasantries and the banter and all that out of the way, which we did. But, this podcast based on this week was always going to be about the banter. So there's going to be a banter element to the analysis. And that's where
oh,
we're going to start, right?
I love
Allow
it. I
me,
love this.
let me land, right? Let me land before you rebuttal. Just let me land. Let me have this segment. But I did quite enjoy the victory coming against Chelsea Football Club. If you are of a nervous disposition, if you are sensitive or a Liam enthusiast, I suggest you know, turn the segment off for about 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you need, because you may not like to hear this part. But Laurent, the trooper, being who he is, he'll take it like a champ. Pause, and and we move. But that's what we're here for. The bands. That it starts with the bands. And I will say this: we loved all the tiers this week. We did. You know, certain players got called out on my side, on my club side. So I think it's only right. We returned the favor. We had Robert Sanchez clutching at air. Kai Havertz had him, eating dirt, chasing shadows when he rounded him. So that was quite nice to see. Reece James, captain, club captain, coach, captain. Between the two of you, what happened? Big game. Now it's coming out. I'm hearing now that he's injured. Before I was hearing that he was rested. Maybe now that he's injured, saves face for both captain and coach. But you're resting him in a big game like this semifinal, or he didn't want to take part. I don't know. I don't know. It's not a good look, is it? Cucurella. I mean, less said about that ragdoll, the better. Man doing a L'Oreal commercial. His hair's flinging all over the pitch at the Emirates. Like, I don't know what he's trying to show off, but yeah, we see your hair, buddy. We see it. We smell it. It's all over the place, quite literally. But so I think he got his dues for the day. I mean, Wesley Fofana. There's a Weekend song goes something like, "Save your tears for another day." Ooh. I'm no singer, by the way, but you guys get me. If you know, you're right there with me. Yeah. Cole Palmer, another game at the Emirates that he doesn't really show up to. He did show up. Fair play to him. He got on the coach bus. He made the trip down this time. So we're, steps in the right direction.
10 toes down.
10 toes down. Number 10 on his back, I think. Didn't fancy it from the start. But, he made the trip down this time. So, he's making strides in the right direction. They say you got to walk before you can run. So, well done. You made the coach bus. By the way, a certain Cole Palmer was being called out. Sorry, not Cole Palmer. Bukayo Saka was being called out by a certain man on this podcast, saying, he's our star boy, he's our star man. Where has he been? He's not showing up. He's not there. No goal in 16, 17 games or whatever it is. I can't believe we didn't bring this up at the time to rebuttal this, but I mean, Chelsea's star man, Cole Palmer. Let's talk about him. Where's he been? I think I was told it's been a year now officially since he has scored a goal in open play in the Premier League for Chelsea Football Club. Star boy, star man. Talking about our star man, our star boy Saka. It's not looking good over there at the bridge for your star man. But anyways, we move on. Caicedo, I mean, we put that Rice Caicedo comparison to bed. I think less said about that, the better. Enzo Fernandez, all bark, no bite. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. I mean, João Pedro, somebody who I also think can be a little bit of a bitch at times. He's a good player. He's a quality player. He pisses me off, and his antics on the field sometimes too, and his lack of disciplinary issues. But good player, and he is the one on the day, specific to this game, where I will give credit to. I think he put himself about. He does show that passion. And so again, I've said a lot there about the Chelsea players, but you know where I'm going with this. Yeah, I mean analyzing the game in itself now. Like I said, I think João Pedro on the day is the one who can actually walk away with some credit. I do not think, and again, Laurent, I'll let you rebuttal, but having heard you talk in the most respectful way, I think it sounds like you're making excuses for the manager. I do not think he had a good day on his performance-wise and the way he set up the team. You explained there's reasons for pretty much almost everything he did. I summed that all down to inexperience, and he just wasn't ready for the occasion. Chelsea Football Club, right? The money they spent, the players they have, came to the Emirates and showed cowardness, in my opinion. Liam Rosenior, or whatever the fuck his name is, he must have thought that there was a third leg. He must have thought that you can, stink the game out 0-0 and play a third leg to get through. Nobody. This game was done after this tie. Somebody should have told him it's only 2 legs. You have 1 more leg to try and claw the game back, and you didn't. And if it's a results-based business, right? If what he does works, right? If his approach works, he looks like a genius, right? If Cole Palmer, which was probably the only time in the game there was a hairy moment, Cole Palmer has a free kick late in the second half, edge of the box, hits the wall. But if that goes in and Chelsea win 1-0 off of that free kick, then he probably looks like a hero, right? But unfortunately, it's a results-based business. And context, right? Of course, as we always say, for anything, context doesn't matter. When Arteta hasn't gotten over the line for 6 years, or context doesn't matter. I'm a big LeBron James fan. A lot of people know that. LeBron's lost 4 finals, or however many finals he's lost, right? When he gets compared to Michael Jordan, the context of those is he's playing against like a Golden State Warriors who assembled the Avengers when they brought KD over to play with Steph and the likes. You know what I mean? There's context as to the reason why LeBron's lost so many finals. You know what I mean? We can apply context to so many things, and in this case, if Cole Palmer scores that free kick and wins Chelsea this game and whatever they go through, then Liam looks like a genius for his tactics. But in this case, it did not work. And therefore, he's going to get criticized for his approach to the game because they didn't score. Cole Palmer didn't score that free kick. And at the end of the day, Chelsea is now out of it. And if you went out, right, swinging, all guns blazing, right, and you threw a punch, then sure. But you didn't even, like, Chelsea didn't even really lay a glove. And that for me, if I'm a Chelsea fan, that's the concerning part. I wouldn't even you can make the excuses, but I mean, you came to the Emirates, you set up with a back five. You have to win the game. You have to score, right? Like you can try and be clever and say, oh, we're going to wait till the 60th, 70th minute. In football, you can't afford to waste 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Especially when so much is on the line there. You've wasted 60 minutes at the Emirates to try and win it in 30. I mean, against the best back line, as Murdoch alluded to, one of the best back lines in the world and one of the best in Europe. It's just not going to pan out that way. You got to show a little bit more bravery, a little bit more courage. And I mean, yeah, from the off, just make your intent clear, right? Stake your claim. And I get it, right? Like, of course, you don't want to be completely naive, right? You don't want to be completely naive. You simply can't be. But you got to go for it earlier than you did. And like I said, it's just the fact that even when he tried to be, clever and make those changes, the Estevals came in, the Cole Palmers came in. At what point, like, we could have been still playing today. And again, I don't think somebody needed to tell Chelsea and the coach, you guys got to score, because even when they came on, nothing changed really. I was not worried one iota because they weren't direct enough. They weren't willing to lay it. It's like two boxers like sparring like this, and no one's going to throw the punch. We're going to be playing rounds and rounds and rounds. The game still could have been playing, and people are just going to keep like this, jockeying for position. And who's going to land the punch? And here's what pisses me off about the narrative around Arsenal. So Arsenal stank out the gaff, and it was boring. The incentive was not on us to win. We didn't need to win the game. Chelsea needed to win the game. So we could have stunk out the gaff and made it a boring stinker of a game. Look, guess what? At the end of the day, we're through to the final, right? We did our work at Stamford Bridge. So there was no onus on us to come out and play, right? The onus was on Chelsea to come out and play. And so I think obviously it backfired on him, right? I think that's the reality of the situation, whether we agree with it or not. Like, obviously what he tried to do didn't work, it backfired, and he could have and probably should have been a little bit more brave. And that's the way I see it. We can make the excuses of certain players weren't fit. We couldn't get 90 minutes out of Cole Palmer, so we can only get 30 minutes out of him off the bench and whatever. But again, if you even if in that 30 minutes you're fresh, right? Come on and make an impact. You're the star boy, you're the star man. Again, I also agree. The lap on the right wing. I mean, what the hell is that all about? Yeah, it's one of those games. And when you guys finally did come out to play, obviously it was too little, too late. Right, too little, too late. I think in the 90th minute was, that's when guys were shooting forward and, leaving one at the back and whatever. And obviously it cost you in the end, but it's too late to try and play at that point, Yeah, the money spent, it's true. The money that has been spent at Chelsea Football Club, right? What was on the line, the incentive there, there's just simply no excuse. Like if West Ham or Wolves or somebody like that comes to the Emirates to try and set up like that to stay in the game and try and win it late, I understand. But this is Chelsea Football Club we're talking about. Billions and billions of pounds in investment into that squad, and they came with a cowardice approach from the beginning. And to me, that just speaks of an inexperienced manager. I cannot see a Pep doing that, or like a Mourinho, a Luis Enrique, yeah, maybe even Enzo. You know what I mean? Like, so it just spoke of inexperience to me as a manager, and that's not a negative thing. He is inexperienced. It's just the truth. He's an amateur. He's not at that level yet, and obviously Arteta outclassed him over the two legs. But that's to be experienced because Arteta is a little bit more experienced than him. So it's to be expected. Sorry. So, anyways, that's just my thing on it. I don't know if anyone wants to come back in on it, or if you want to come back in on it, but that was just my approach to it.
Okay, yeah, I got some questions because first off, What was the bench? Do you know what the bench was, right? At the time of kickoff, who our players
Chelsea.
were on the bench? Yeah. Do you have like any ideas who those players were on the bench?
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at the roster now.
Hmm.
So
Wait, CJ, hold on. Before
yeah.
you answer that question, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, that's fair. Because I mean,
I don't give a fuck because when we
I
came to Chelsea and we drew with you guys, we had a brand new back line, and you're like, "Oh, this is all Arsenal have to give." Blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck if your bench was all academy players. Like you always say, that's part of the game. That is
I
part of the game. You deal
I
with
think
injuries, and you can set up the team better than that.
all right. Okay, so you know what? You know
Yeah.
what? Because you guys are clearly experts in this domain. What's your setup? What's your setup?
I
I'm
Give me
actually
going
the,
with
was
a
just
back
gonna
four.
huh?
mention that.
You no. I want you to give me the players in their positions, like from the keeper up. What is your setup?
Okay.
Because
So I was actually
the thing is it's very easy to criticize. It is and it's true. It's very easy to in hindsight, especially to look at something and criticize it, right? Because it didn't work.
Okay, here's my lineup.
can I
Uh,
sorry
oh,
sorry can I say one thing real quick, Murda, before you come in? Just because I was actually gonna mention this, Lauren, as you were talking about what I would like what my lineup would have been. I was actually gonna mention, right? And as much as we talk shit about this player, we don't rate this player. I don't know if you even rate him or Chelsea fans rate them, Laurent. But I mean, somebody like our Garnacho, right? You spent the money
No,
on him. He's on.
no,
Listen to me.
no.
He's on your bench, right?
Fuck off. I don't even want to hear
Hold on,
anything
hold on,
beyond
hold on, hold on, hold
Garnacho,
on.
bro.
You're asking me a question. Let me land.
Did you see the way the guy played?
Listen to me. And let me land.
Oh my gosh, bro. There's
You
no way
spent
I'm getting
money
it.
on him. You spent money on him, right? So invest in that player. He came off the bench in the 75th minute.
Bro, that's a sunk
You,
cost
so
fallacy.
listen to me. He came off the bench in the 75th minute. You're talking about a player that you guys have spent big money on, right? You're talking about a player who's direct and a player who scored. Guess what? The only two goals that you guys have over these two ties is from Garnacho. So whilst we say we don't rate the player, what is the alternative to put Delap on the right wing? You have a full out and out winger who can be more direct and cause us at the very least pace, right? Pace in behind, pace to trouble our fullbacks at least.
Pacing be
Because I
wait,
can
wait,
tell
wait,
you,
wait, wait, wait. When's the last time you seen Garnacho use pacing behind?
I don't know, you tell me. I mean, I don't watch him
I,
week in, week out,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
can
and I
tell you
can
the
tell you,
profile
and
of
I
the
can tell
player.
you, and I can tell you that is a non-reality, bro. Like
Okay,
hey,
whatever
so
you
the
describe,
Madueke
alternative
does
is to
it.
play
uh,
Delap at right wing. That's the alternative.
so that the lap again, that the lap scenario, right? More so, it was calculated as a defensive measure, more so than anything
And
else.
so there you go, cowardness. That's my overall point of this whole
See,
thing.
but that's the thing. Like again,
You
but
have
when
a
you
right
guys,
winger and
I
you're
think you
playing that
guys use
right
that
thing.
word, and I know what you guys are doing, right? You guys are using the Chelsea, um, the Chelsea name to hyperbolize this performance as being one of cowardice, but in
Yeah,
fact,
because you're a big club, so you're
it,
gonna get
it,
criticized as such. It's poor. It's
again, right? I'm trying to be as logical, reasonable, and calculating as possible. Eddie Howe went out and right played from the get go, from the kickoff. Eddie Howe stepped. He told his players, "This is what we're doing." They got punished for it by halftime. 3-0, 3 fucking 0. All right, let's be real here. The same players under Liam Rosenior are the same players under Maresca that have caused these defensive errors in the back. So it's not like we've suddenly figured out our defensive problems. No, that is still something that we have to contend with. Imagine we do that, and now suddenly you guys score on us, and now we need to score too. How does that look for us? You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like
you've just
even
there's
if
there's
you've
yeah,
two
even if
narratives.
shown you've shown
No, no,
three
no,
or
no,
4 days ago that
no,
you can do that against
yeah,
Napoli
even if we
aside.
scored
no,
one, it doesn't
no,
change what you
no,
guys need to do.
no,
Honestly,
no, no, no. You see that right there is I'm sorry, it is not a rational approach because statistically speaking, purely off the map, right? You are likelier to come back into the game, it being 0-0, than you being down 1-0 and away. That's just purely off of the mat of the stats or whatever, right? That's purely it. I could have said, yo, we could have did what you guys did. We could have got an own goal, a corner, and now we're back in the game. You see what I'm saying? So for him to have gotten defensive, and again, it's the narrative of, oh, Chelsea's the big club, the Didier Drogba's of the past, the John Terry's, right, the Mourinho's that have coached, that it's us being cowards in our shells. But I think what you guys are missing is there's another aspect of it. Yes, we could have set up to give you guys a fight. But had you guys answered, and especially had you guys done it early on, bro, that mountain would have looked twice as high.
Aren't you one that talks about being brave though? Like, you know what I mean?
You
tell us, you say to us about Arteta. You said about last game when he put James at center back. You said be brave. Take the risk. So now you're defending it.
I don't disagree. Risk has to be taken. But the key word is calculated risk. In this
that
position,
one wasn't calculated though.
But it was. Because again, I'm telling you, bro, just purely off the mat. Forget anything. Just look at the numbers. If I give you two scenarios, 0-0 versus us being down, you guys lead us 1. Which is the likelier scenario of us going through? Purely off the mat. It is the 0-0 scoreline. And that's what I'm saying.
But it wasn't.
Huh?
But you guys lost the game.
We did. No, we did in fact. But when did we concede? At the very last second.
Right, but at what point did you guys ever? That's what I'm saying. At what point in the game did you guys ever like lay a big chance on us or like threaten the box at all?
So funny enough, right? Again, and I'm
like someone needs to tell this guy you're running out of time. When are you guys gonna go for it? You know what I mean?
For one, I still need your lineups, and two, that guy, the Garnacho guy that you tried to say was gonna be the guy to bring us in, bro. The guy came on. Did you even see the way he played when he came on? Please,
you know what? He was hard done by. He came on in the 75th minute. In the first leg, when he came on early enough and he scored 2, you praised the same Liam Rosenior and said, what a great substitution. His tactics, the game, he changed the game by bringing Garnacho on and scored 2 goals at the break. But now he comes on at the Emirates and only gets 15 minutes. If I'm him, you get hard done by. He's getting pretty hard done by there. Why didn't he come on earlier?
No, bro. You are a professional, bro. That's a winger, bro. We didn't take a defender and put him in that position. We didn't take a midfielder and put him in that position. You are a winger. You are a winger. Your job is to take on your man and beat him 1-on-1. Bro, I have not go ask Chelsea fans online. When's the last time you saw Garnacho take the ball, drive it, and try to beat a man 1-on-1? It doesn't happen.
That wasn't his only assignment in the game, though. That wouldn't have been his only assignment in the game. It would have been
at that point in time. Fuck the assignments. Players have to take fucking initiative. That's what I say. Like at that point in time, you are subbed in to a game. You know you're being subbed on. You have to create something out of absolutely nowhere as a player.
What he did in the first leg. He's the only reason why you guys were even in this tie.
Okay. Let's put the first leg aside because we're not criticizing the first leg. We're criticizing the performance right when he came on that second game. And I know, bro, like, there's no way I can, you guys seen the same game that I see.
Yeah. And the same goes for Palmer. The same goes for Esteval. I'm not hearing all these excuses. No.
Wait, hold on. This is different. When I'm highlighting Garnacho is because, for one, there's a specific pattern that the player has, exclusive of that one game, that he's been reprimanded for time and time again. And that, for whatever reason, he does not seem to adjust. He has the fear to take on a man one-on-one. And again, like there are scenarios where, you came on the 70th, but you're isolated. Look to beat the guy and then cross it in. But what does he do? He comes back, timid, and then now he tries to put a cross in that gets blocked. And like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's no idea of being constructive, of being brave, right? The term that you use. And I'm sorry, but if I'm a manager and I'm giving you that trust and you do that, like, bro, a manager can only do so much at that point. And Garnacho would not have solved the problem if he was put in from the get-go, because he just he doesn't do what a winger is supposed to do. It's, bro, Martinelli. If we had Martinelli, I swear to you, bro, we could have had a potentially different outcome. And I'm saying if we had Madueke, I swear to you,
Oh,
We
here
could have
we
had
go.
Listen,
no, 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 no.
I think,
Because
hold on, hold on.
because those guys, funny enough, those guys are actually willing to beat their man one on one.
In
Madueke versus Kukureya. How many times did Madueke look to take on Kukureya? How many times during that
every
game?
time, every
Thank you, thank you, because that's what you're
time.
supposed to do.
In I think we should table this because we're gonna keep going and going, and this pod's only gonna be about the Arsenal Chelsea game. We still have a lot left to go.
Fuck. Yeah, I feel
It's
like
gonna
yeah,
be
we got to
it's
take.
gonna be a 3 hour pod. So if you've made it this far, we apologize. We'll try to get through the rest of it and not try to bypass things. But we will post or just maybe even give you a little bit of a short video on what we think our lineups could be because I think that'd be good content for you. Um, for the finals, we're going to be facing Man City. They, as Laurent alluded to, they thumped Newcastle at the Etihad. Um, to be honest with you, I don't want to spend too much time on this game because Man City are just like it was inevitable. The way that the first leg went, it was inevitable this game. That VAR review, uh, again, we saw what just happened in the weekend with Mark Gahey. It seems like again, it's coming into the light too much, and I think there's a broader discussion about VAR that needs to be had. And I think CJ always says this: inconsistency, inconsistency. That's the biggest thing. If you're consistently missing calls, you're consistently missing calls. And you two motherfuckers, every time when I used to ref back in the day at York, you used to always tell me I'm inconsistently consistent. I'll miss the same shit every single time, and you two would both. I mean, not you, Laurent, more so CJ. He would yell at me, be like, "You always miss that call," but I always miss the same damn call, and it was always because I hated you, CJ. So, you know, let's keep it 100. um, but sorry, CJ, I had to air dirty laundry. Um, anything to add to this for the City game? Like CJ, there's an opportunity for us to face City like 4 times and maybe 5 times in that month.
Mm, yeah, we'll tackle that bridge when we get there, I think. Like you said, not much to dissect on now. We got to get through some other stuff. I mean, yeah, City won their game, and it sets us up for a big narrative in the final. There's a lot of narratives around this, and I'm looking forward to breaking that down when it gets there.
What's Arteta's record versus Pep? Do you guys know?
Not good.
Mm.
Not
Does
good.
that have you guys worried at all? Like from just purely off of that?
Um. Well, the only final Arteta's been in, he's won.
Mm.
I'm not trying to talk shit. Like the only
Mm.
final he's ever been in, he's won, and that
Mm.
was again. I'm not trying to talk shit. It was against.
Us.
Um. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not trying to banter you. I'm literally the only final he got in, he won.
Mm.
He got over the semi-final hump. So does that mean that he's going to go 2 for 2? I don't know, but I'm betting on my team, and I think my team is going to get through because I think we are more defensively solid than a Man City.
Mm.
Yeah,
Um,
if I were to predict now, I think we'll win the game as well. But that's you know there's a month until the game, so we have to factor in the state of time closer to like injuries and all that stuff. But like if you'd asked me today, I think we're in good shape to win that. Um, we'll see what happens closer to the game.
um, quickly previewing the Premier League this weekend. What match day are we? 25.
Yep.
Jesus, 25. Feels like we're blown by this year. Leeds start. They host Forest Friday night. Um, massive game in the bottom of the table. Uh, this could be decisive. This could be quite decisive to see if one of them can break away or both of them just pick up a point and they still remain within striking distance against West Ham. Leeds, they were thrashed by Arsenal last week, and I think this week, I mean, I don't really see Forest standing a chance going to Ellen Road, but crazier things have happened. Um, Spurs, Laurent, does Thomas Frank keep his job after this weekend?
Even if he gets a poor result, I want to say yeah. I think I,
I'm gonna ask you every single week we talk about Spurs. Is he gonna keep his job or not?
dude, I the moment they exit
Champions
Champions
League?
League, I think that's when he's like done.
Okay.
So long as he has a Champions League, right, that's his ace of spades. Um, he has that out.
And CJ, I'm not trying to exclude you from this conversation, but I think these are more questions targeted for Laurent. Do Manchester United finish above Chelsea in the Premier League this year?
That for me, sorry, for me or Laura?
No, no, Laurent. Laurent.
Yeah.
I know what your answer is going to be.
Can I answer after this game that they have?
No.
No, right now.
Yes. Yo, are you
I,
trying
I,
to get more like time with your Moodle project?
okay, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
No.
I'm just not convinced on Man United's managerial bounce.
Okay. I respect the confidence. Everton. They're heading to London at Craven Cottage. Mid-table clash, both on 34 points, ninth and 10th place, respectively. CJ, are you going to put some respect on my name and David Moyes and Everton being the overachieving team?
Hold on, what place are they in?
They're 10th place, 34 points.
Broski, my overachieving team is currently ahead of yours. Mind you, probably only on goal difference. But
Wait, who's yours?
I think I said Fulham at the beginning of the season. I'm looking at the standings. I see Fulham.
Mm.
Bro, and you were making fun of me about Marco Silva. This
No, Marco Silva's good. I don't know
guy.
about
Also,
Arnie Slot, good, but he's good. I've been rating him.
is he as good as Florian Wirtz? PFA Player of the Year?
Yo, I was seeing something today that Florian Wirtz is actually now coming to the party. I'll send it to you guys in the group chat, but apparently he's now starting to, show something.
Which party? The
So,
Wolves party or the top of the league party?
well, no one's catching us at the top of the league at the moment, but he's justifying the hype now is the title of the article. I'll send it to you guys in the group chat for a good read later. But yeah, he's starting to get into some form. So hopefully he does something this weekend for us.
Oh yeah, this weekend, please. Um, Crazy time for West Ham. Lucas Paqueta gone. No replacement. Like I get Paqueta didn't want to be there, but this is a crucial time for West Ham, and you're just getting rid of arguably your best player. You know, you're heading to Burnley. Um, Turf Moor is not an easy place to go. Was this was this a dumb move by West Ham to get rid of Paqueta like that?
That's right. Didn't he want to go?
Yeah, he didn't want to
Yeah, he
stay,
did.
but like give him a few incentives, say help us finish the season, help us not get relegated, and then the
I'm not
likelihood of
sure.
them getting relegated with Paqueta is less.
Yeah, I agree.
Like to be honest with you, if I typically bet every weekend, I'm betting a Burnley win. I don't think West Ham win.
Really?
Yeah, man, Turf Moors is not a hard like easy place to go to. I don't know, CJ, is that a stretch?
Mm, I can see a fucking stinky draw maybe in that one. West Ham put up a good fight, man, against Chelsea last week. Let's not forget, and they've been in a good run of form prior to the Chelsea game. Prior to that Chelsea game, they won three in a row. So I
West
think
Ham?
it could be, yeah, yeah,
Two
yeah.
in a row, two in a row.
Three, okay, sorry, three games in all competitions. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the
Oh, sorry,
form
sorry.
guide
Yeah,
in all
sorry.
five games, yeah. Um, yeah, all comps prior to Chelsea, they had won three. Their most two recent Premier League results were two big wins against two good teams. I mean, well, Spurs is not necessarily a good team, but they beat Spurs at Spurs ground and then beat Sunderland 3-1. So actually, I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham did still get something in this. But it is a shame. Like at a time where they were picking up a little bit of form and whatever they sell, sorry, their best player. I would have been curious to know how much time he had left on his contract. But it seemed like for them to maximize profit and to not have a player who's unrest and unhappy and unsettle the group. It probably was they had to probably sell him, but it does
Um,
definitely trouble their
yeah.
campaign to stay up.
Um, Coming to our game, we host Sunderland again. Say it again, which really burns me to say this. They are the only undefeated team at home. It was us in Sunderland, and because we lost to United, Sunderland are the only undefeated team at home. They are coming to the Emirates. CJ, I
Last time you guys drew.
we did, and I think we'll win. I've already predicted a win. However, this is one of those games that has me slightly worried. I don't
Why?
know why.
Mm.
To be honest with you, I don't know why because I think the context of where we are, granted, Xhaka potentially may not be fit for this game.
No, he's
I,
not playing.
I just don't, I don't know. I don't get a good feeling. I think
Oh wait,
we'll win.
Granit Xhaka is not playing.
No, he's injured.
Oh, so that's a big
Huge for their midfield, massive. But I don't know. There's something that's telling me that this is gonna be like one of those stressful 1-0s or like 2-1. You know, own goal again, ole ole. I don't know, CJ. Am I just like am I just
Mm.
reading into this too much?
Interesting. I'm actually surprised that that's your angle on it. To me, I'm quietly confident. I think after this midweek game, that win and just to advance against Chelsea in the manner in which we did, I think will give the players, the club, everyone. I think there's a good buzz around the club at the moment. With a result like that, and just kind of like the moment that we're in, right? Just cup final, top of the Prem, finish top of the group in the Champs, FA Cup next round. I think just overall right now there's a good feel good factor, and I think that's gonna that momentum and that emotional high is going to carry on into this game. I think as well. Like considering the next game is another home game 3 or 4 days later. I think you want to continue that momentum that we're on, right? Like, say we had, a dreaded international break, this week after the back of qualifying out of that semifinal, and then you have 2 weeks rest before you play again. I think that can like derail momentum, whatever. But I think whilst we're on this kind of emotional high and playing again at the Emirates 3 4 days later, I think that's a good omen for us, to be honest with you. And I think that's why I'm a bit confident. Like there's so many permutations around it too, right? It's the fact that we play again before our title rivals, so it's another chance to stamp our authority. It's the fact that, like I said, we just came off that big win in midweek, and prior to this in the Premier League, I think our last 2 home games in the Prem were kind of stinkers, right? That you lost to United, and then before that, I believe it was a 0-0 draw against Liverpool. So it's kind of like we have something now to motivate us to get right in the Premier League at home. Against another motivational factor here is against the Sunderland side. We'll feel hard done by the way we drew against them last time out, and we conceded that last minute goal. They were up for it, and I'm kind of sad that Xhaka is not playing, not only for him but for us. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want him, like the guy, but this is a competitive game, and I would have wanted him to play and lose to us at the Emirates. Because him and Dan Ballard, right? Their center back, who also used to play for us, and was amongst our youth team. He had a good game. That he was man of the match. I think the last time we played them at the Stadium of Light, he was man of the match at center back. He was highly motivated for that game, right? Because he was playing his former club. And so I want all those guys playing in this one, and I want to beat them, kind of fair and square, and let them know that we're on a revenge mission here. But yeah, I think again, I'm amped for it, to be honest with you, and I think and I hope the players and the club are as well. Just again, just the fact of just keep going. Let's keep these games rolling. Now we're in a good moment, good form. We play again before City, knowing what City has the next day. I mean, like boys, I think this could be a big weekend in the Premier League title race. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you, like if we go 9 clear, like if we win on Saturday and City lose
Or draw.
or
Even
draw,
draw.
right? If they draw, it's 8 point gap. Um, and if they lose, obviously it's a 9 point gap. So I think one way or another, again, the form that we're in, the week that we've just had, if we were to end it by winning this Saturday, I think that this will have been a big week, and we'll look back on like this week to be like a pivotal one for the Arsenal. So,
especially after that United loss and the manner in which we lost.
yeah, yeah. This is a big weekend, man. Considering what City has got coming up for them too, like it's just yeah, it's a massive weekend, and I think before we can even talk about what happens in the City Liverpool game, we need to do our job on the Saturday, right? Like we need to win
Correct.
our game so that Sunday we can just kind of put our feet up and see what happens. So yeah, I'm buzzing for it though. I'm super motivated, super amped. I wish Saturday was already here, and I do think that we'll win. To be honest with you, we'll see. Well, because I think they'll put up a good fight, but they're not
Hmm.
as good. They're not as good away from home as they are at home. At home, they're undefeated, obviously, but their away record has been pretty poor. So,
And you think we'll
um,
go strong? You know, back line's
yeah,
going to speak for itself. I don't think we need to talk about that line, but you think midfield is going to be. You think it's going to be Eze or Odegaard or Havertz?
there could be a couple rotation pieces somewhere. I heard Timber
I
wasn't
I need Rice or Zubamendi to get a rest. One
in
of
this
them.
game.
One of them.
And I was actually going to bring that up. I mean, if it's not this game, my concern is going forward with them too, because we don't have any more like gimme games or throwaway games. Every game from here on out is important, right? Whether it's Champions League, FA Cup, that's a knockout, one game knockout tie. That Premier League, every game is a cup final now in the Premier League. So we don't have any more throwaway games. And Rice and Zubimendi are clearly the two midfielders that are trusted by Arteta at this moment in time. I mean, who does he really trust to that level behind them? Not them two. No one really. And if it was going to be somebody, it would have been a Mikel Marino, who I didn't think was up to Rice's level, anyways. But now he's out for a hot minute. So I know you said last pod that you're not too concerned. I am concerned for the rotation piece in midfield, specifically for Rice, to be honest with you. So, but I think they're going to play this game because they have to. But I am concerned about how we're going to rotate them and keep them fresh going forward. But for this game, I think both of those will start. I think I heard Odegaard could be out for this one, but even if he was fit, I wouldn't start him. I don't think he deserves to walk back into the team yet. I think it's either you're campaigning for Eze or Kai Havertz. I think Kai
Hmm.
Havertz is also in a good moment. You got to continue maybe to play him. I like how he looks alongside Gyökeres, right? The trouble that those two cause to back lines. Um, so maybe you opt to go with Kai Havertz and just in behind Gyökeres. Yes, I start Gyökeres up top, and yeah, we're on our flanks. I think Trossard's probably going to come back in, although Martinelli did play well against Chelsea. And on the right hand side, I think it's going to be Noni because Saka's out. So
Until the Spurs game.
yeah, so yeah, I think our team looks something like that. Backline may be the same. There is a question mark to rotate Timber
Timber?
out and bring in Ben White. I think Ben White would deserve it too because he's been doing well as well. Yeah, I think the two center backs will still play. Raya comes back in, and I think at left back, we didn't touch about this obviously when we were talking about the Chelsea Arsenal game, but Hincapié, I think he was one of the man of the match performers in
Unreal.
the Chelsea game. He had a really good game at left back. Um,
If it wasn't for Declan Rice, he would have got man of the match.
yeah, I think Hincapié did well, so I think he has a case to start this one. But if not him, it'll probably be Calafiori. So I think overall we look in good shape. And we got to get the 3 points. Who knows? Maybe my energy, like on Saturday morning, I could be a little bit more nervous, but right now I'm feeling a little bit relaxed about it. But let's
Roles
see.
reversed, huh?
I know, honestly.
Oh shit. Mr. Piana, Lord and Savior, Liam Rosenior. Is he gonna bounce back against Wolves this weekend? Yes or no?
Of course.
What's the scoreline? Give me a scoreline. Come on, give me a scoreline.
Hmm. 3-0.
Jeez. Listen, man,
Woo!
João Pedro is staying in my FPL team, so hopefully he delivers something for me.
3-0. Now, I know that you don't share the same sentiment, so
Ooh,
you.
why?
Hmm?
My prediction is a Chelsea win.
Listen, that's not with the energy you came on earlier. Um, talking about stumbling blocks of a game, or I don't know what term you use to phrase it, but
Banana peel.
I'm expecting your prediction to not be a Chelsea win. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
it's already in the show doc.
Uh, whatever, man. You do you. You do you.
I definitely will do me, Glen Coco. Definitely will.
Mm.
And if any of you don't understand that reference, I feel sorry for you. But anything to add to the game, Mr. Piana? Just a Chelsea win?
Yeah, man. I think like it is in the show notes. Nothing much needs to be said. In Liam Rosenior, we trust.
Yeah, like all it was said was Wolves host a pissed off Blues side. I almost forgot who made the episode breakdown.
Oh shit. Villa. Villa look to you know, make amends. Potentially they have a chance if they win and Liverpool take points off City, they can finish the match week in second place. Um
I think it's a must win for these guys.
at
Yeah.
Bournemouth, yeah.
For any chance going forward, they have to win this game.
And not just for the title race, but for top four, they have to win this game because I think if they lose this game, like I know I'm fucking with you, Laurent, but like Chelsea, I think will win, and United, who knows what's gonna happen against them and Spurs, but there's gonna be a separation that's gonna happen,
Mm,
and if Villa want to give themselves a little bit of breathing room, they have to win this game. Like it's you said it right, it is a must win.
mm,
So and Bournemouth, look like they're not in a they're in a decent run of form. They've won three out of the last five. They've drew once and they've lost one. So they're not in poor form. But for Villa, like they need to win.
mm.
So it's going to be interesting. Um, I think the title, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think the title is out of the question. But I think for them finishing top four, I think this is pivotal, especially because they play Europa and they play Thursday nights.
Mm.
Well, yeah, Thursday nights. Last couple games, Newcastle, they were not clinical. I mean, we didn't really touch on the United game, the Man City game. They weren't clinical at all, and it does. You can really see the impact of them without Bruno Guimaraes. I don't know if you guys noticed it, if you guys watched the City game, but you really notice the
In that
impact.
midfield, right?
Sorry?
In the midfield.
Yes.
Hmm.
Not just even in the midfield, the pressing, their defensive work rates, their connecting attack, the defense to attack. You don't have Joel Linton there. You don't have a bruiser. Like you're seeing the wheels fall off because of the midfield. The midfield last year was the reason why they did so well. Their midfield is the reason why they're in Champions League, and now everything's falling apart because they don't have that structure in the midfield. Respectfully, you can't be playing Jacob Ramsey and Sandro Tonali in the midfield. Like that, us three could run with those guys. You know, like you can't. That you can't do that. So, for them as well, like it is a must win. It is a must win for Newcastle, right? Like if they really want to have a chance at a European spot, they have to win. They've lost two in a row. It's a must win for them. And Brentford's no slouch, eh? Like Brentford is sitting in seventh place. If they win, they're cementing a position for themselves in Conference League potentially. I don't know. What do you boys think? Do you think I'm stretching? Do you think
Mm. I mean, I feel like yeah, what Brentford are seventh. Yeah, so I think it's I mean, even when you mentioned the Conference League spot, they're competing with Sunderland, Fulham, and even potentially Everton for that. I think as the season
yeah, and
ends here.
even Newcastle, like if Newcastle win, they'll be on 36 points tied with Brentford, right?
Yeah, you're
So
right.
so it's gonna be a 6 pointer. It's gonna be a six
You're right.
pointer.
Yeah.
Um, Another bottom of the table matchup before we get to the big one. Brighton host Palace. Glasner needs to be sacked, man. He just wants to leave. He just wants to leave. I think they haven't won in the last five games. Um, Mateta apparently it was a failed move to Milan, right? I think,
Hmm.
and the fans are not happy. But I mean, do you blame him? Do you blame him? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I personally, I don't even know what that's about exactly. Like the fans booing him. Um, Like I don't know. I overheard apparently that it's you know when players try to get a move and they start acting weird. Um, apparently it was something in that light. Because apart from that, I don't know why else you'd want to hate on the guy. I feel like he's been a guy that's always been solid for them, right? Consistency wise. Um, and I think I forgot what it was, but I think he led them to some kind of record or something they've never achieved before, right? He for the club. He helped him do that. So yeah, and unfortunately, right, he didn't even get the move, right? Giving I think his knees, so
Hmm.
he felt like medical, and they weren't willing to invest in him long term.
Is that what it
So
was? He failed the
Yeah,
medical?
he failed the
yeah,
medical. Yeah,
yeah.
Holy.
So yeah,
the
that's a
deal was
bummer.
done. It was just pending medical.
Yeah, that is actually a bummer, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
What's gonna be a bummer?
We'll take him though.
What's gonna be a bummer is that Man City are gonna drop more points, and Pep Guardiola's baldness is gonna get even balder. The Battle of the Bald at Anfield. You like that, eh, Laurent? You fucking like that. Give me, yo. I'm coming through. It's not Clash of the Titans. It's Clash of the Baldness. Come on now. City travel to Anfield,
No way.
bro. It's you got to come quick with it, bro. We get it. You did the show doc, but
Mm. Quick on his words, eh? Quick on his
mm,
feet.
yeah, hey, 10 toes down.
Mm.
Um,
Skirt, skirt.
this was a classic. Man City and Liverpool, as much as I hate to say it, they have been the team that Arsenal have been chasing over the past few years, over the past 6 years since Arteta has been here. These are the gold standard. You know, Liverpool lost the Premier League on 99 points because that was a Centurion year.
Mm. Yeah, that's actually fucked up.
Very
That.
fucked up. Very fucked up.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. I feel like that was a season where Jurgen Klopp was like, "Fuck, I gotta get out of here."
Yep. 99 points and you get fucked. CJ said it. This is going to be a pivotal game. We play first and it could be 9 points, it could be 8 points. I'll take either. I will take either because it gives us more breathing room when we go to the Etihad. I will take either. Quote me on it.
Could be 6 if they win.
I don't want 6. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth, motherfucker. I said 9 or 8.
They're trying to manifest it, man, into reality. They
Uh,
could very well win. I'm just letting you know that that's the other option too, right? There's
I
three
can't
options
hear
here.
you. I'm pulling Laurent. I can't hear you. There's some
Oh,
static. There's some static. I can't hear you. You're talking a lot of shit, bro. I can't hear you.
well,
Um,
that is a good one. That's a banger. You are quick on your toes, huh? That was well done. I actually have to applaud
uh,
that.
Yeah, I'm fucking dead. Oh man.
I'm telling you, listen, if you've made it this far in the podcast, all I can say is this is like there's no scripting this shit, man. This is what we do. We're just here for a good time. Um is like okay, serious question. Both teams score, right?
Yeah,
2-2?
I can see that. I think there's goals in it for sure because both teams have been shaky defensively this season.
I don't think City win this game.
No, I don't either.
Really?
And I
Yeah, I
don't
don't.
see Liverpool I don't see Liverpool winning. I can see them like conceding first, catching up, going ahead, and then I think they're gonna choke.
Wait, when you say you can't see City winning, based off what? Because again, they have the attack. Funny enough, I think City's defense has been bolstered more so than Liverpool's,
I agree.
given that signing, right?
Yes.
Their
Keep in
midfield.
mind that he played last weekend when they conceded a 2-goal lead though to Spurs. So like It doesn't get fixed in a day. There's
And he's
still
But
still
clearly
apparently,
playing.
underlying issues there.
He's
I
still
didn't watch
playing
that
next to
game,
Max Elaine.
but I heard that in that game he made very little mistakes. He was almost
No, he it's true he did, but he can't fix it all on his own, right? Like one center back
right,
signing wasn't going to fix their whole defense. You know,
right. And when
I
you're
mean,
saying he played next to who, Merdad?
Max Elaine. Sorry. He played next to Kusanov,
Mm.
but Ruben Diaz did make the bench for the Newcastle game, so he may be available to
Ah,
start. However, however, I think that Pep is not going to be stupid, and I don't think he's going to play Ruben Diaz in this type of game, which is going to be super intense. I think it's going to still be Kusanov and Gehi.
really.
mhm.
And yeah, I don't think unless listen, unless Diaz is further along than we know, I
Wait,
don't think he's gonna.
what was his injury?
I think it was a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Oof.
So, um, so yeah, I I think it's going to be a draw or Liverpool win.
Yeah, I
Man,
don't even
fuck.
know. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one I
This
could
is the one
take.
that got you, stumbling.
Yep.
Okay.
Can't lie, it's the yeah. I mean, shit, bro. Liverpool win would just fucking send me over the edge, bro. I'd be fucking celebrating like crazy.
And it
Fuck.
is at Anfield.
I'd be singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" and everything.
I will say this though. I think for Liverpool to win, there's more of an onus on their players to show up. You see what I'm saying? Like that guy that you're saying is suddenly showing up, Florian Wirtz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those players they have to actually like they can't go missing in action. This is not the game to go missing in action. Is what I'm saying.
And let's not forget, bro. Like we have to talk about the fact that this is also a big game for Liverpool too. Like they have to at the very least get Champions League football this season. And obviously like the likes of Chelsea, United, Villa, all these other teams are hot on their coattails. So they need to get something from this game. And I think again, their saving grace is the fact that this is at Anfield. They're also coming off of a big win, right, against Newcastle. There, a couple of informed players, Ekatike, a certain Florian Wirtz. Um, yeah, I think they have a lot to dish out for this game as well against City. And again, I just don't trust City's back line. So I think Liverpool will score. They'll get their chances and they'll score. But will they keep City out the other end? It's a tough one to call.
Well, one that's going to be easy to call, Mr. Piana, still leading the leaderboard, 59 points. CJ second place on 58, and I'm in third place on 57 points.
Yo, you know what
Arsenal.
it is? Sorry to cut you off there quickly too. It was actually a double blow for Laurent because I was just thinking like after that because like what I mean your silver lining out of this miserable week would have been like all right, at least I got the prediction right, bro. You had to concede in the very last minute. You know what I mean? Like
That's
that
legit,
just made it all the worse.
bro. When I was watching that, those were legit the thoughts running through my head, bro. And then the fucker had the fucking nerve to come to the camera and
ah
point at the fucking Chris.
ah.
Um, I know CJ and I are going Arsenal win. Mr. Piano, are you going Arsenal win?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Arsenal.
CJ, I'm not going to even ask you this because I think you're just going to say Chelsea, but we all got Chelsea win.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got Chelsea win. You sure you want to rethink that one?
Nah. Wait, whose side are you on, motherfucker? What the hell?
No, I'm just wondering. You said at
No,
the beginning, you had a different type
I
of
think
energy.
I don't think Chelsea have an easy win, but I think they win. Let's just put it that way.
See, that's what I like to see. Clenching on to that leaderboard, bro. Making sure you don't give any ounce of room to fall further behind, man.
I'm not. I'm not even behind. And the thing is, you're at Molyneux. You're not even at Stamford Bridge. Um, I'll come back to the Liverpool City. We're doing 4 games this week. United Spurs.
This
Seeing
is
as that I'm
also
at the
tough,
bottom,
man.
seeing as that I'm at the bottom, I will go first. I am gonna say, unfortunately, a draw.
I'm not gonna lie. I do not think this is a game that ends as a draw.
Well,
Um,
yo, Julian, where you at, bro?
I'm gonna go Man U.
CJ?
Um, yeah, they're riding a wave still. I think Carrick's gonna keep rolling on, so I think Man U's gonna win too.
Yeah. Liverpool.
Jeez.
Oh, you're saying Liverpool to win?
It is at Anfield.
Liverpool, eh?
I swear you're
Damn.
like there. I swear you said 2-2. You were like draw.
Listen, this
GG.
game I'm not picking with my I'm not picking with my brain, I'm picking with my heart.
Yes. Manifest it, man. That's what we like to see.
Ah, fuck.
Laurent's gonna go City, aren't you?
He's gonna either go City or draw. The way I see this game going, Liverpool score first, City counter, Liverpool score again, and then Liverpool add on to it.
So you're saying a 3-1 to the Reds.
3-1.
I can't see. I don't know if I see City losing this game, unfortunately.
Bro, that's exactly what I had, but that's yeah, I want to say City so bad, bro. You don't
Say
understand.
it. Say it.
And knowing Pep,
He's gonna do that spitting thing. Oh shit.
Mm, nah, man. Liverpool and Slot need this though. They can't afford to lose.
and they're at home.
Yeah.
Do 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 do
Okay.
do do
I think I'm gonna
do
say
do 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 do.
I'm saying draw. Fuck it. Yeah, it's a draw. Yo, look at Laurent. I never seen him so stressed.
No, because yo, legit, this is one game where all results just seem fucking plausible.
Just say it, man. Be the difference maker. Say City. I know
You
you,
know
you
what?
said you said you want to say it, so
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna make it that. Well, that one game where one of us has to take it. So I'll say City.
Okay.
For that fact alone, I will.
nah, bro. You're not actually supposed to say it, bro. We don't want them winning, bro. Come on.
I'll say City.
Yo, did you actually press proceed to checkout on that kit?
I did press proceed to check
You're
out.
a fucking disgrace, this guy.
Desgracia. We don't want it. We don't want to get fucking, desgracia, not disgrace. Desgracia. Well,
Imagine that, eh? His first blue kit isn't even a Chelsea one. That is a fucking shambles.
that's episode 80 for you guys.
Raw.
Yeah, I will say if you made it this far again, I just want to apologize because this was an hour and almost 15 minutes of us just bantering back and forth about the
Now
Chelsea
you know
game.
what? Fuck the apologies,
No, no,
man.
yeah, fuck that. Fuck the apologies,
Fuck
bro.
it. Fuck it all.
That's the
This is
entertainment bit.
raw,
Mhm.
unfiltered, and you know what? I will see you guys in March. I will see you guys in March.
Well, listeners, viewers, the two motherfuckers that are, I'm just trying to be respectful, but hit that like, hit that subscribe, and when in doubt, if you're on a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting and you don't want to listen to what your boss is saying, you just uh, uh,
Mm.
uh, 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 I can't hear you.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, look.
What?
Yeah, you'll see how
Yeah,
quickly they
I
give you
can't. What?
the Maresca treatment, yo.
Yeah. On that motherfucking bombshell. Adios.
Uh,